Welcome back. 30 points lower on the Nifty right now. Mid-caps down by about 80 points. The advance decline still in favor of advances. We have Peter McGuire with us. Obviously, Manisha is joining us as well. Speak about commodities. Peter, but Manisha, before she speaks about the climate and, how metals and all the other commodities will play out, I just want to speak about this special commodity called the pink ball and what that typhoon, Mitchell Stark, did the other day. 27 runs. I mean, what a game that was.
Yeah, absolutely, Magdalene. I tell you what, it's lovely to see you and I wish you well.
I sense a lot of sarcasm there. It was a painful game for us there, man.
Yes, I know, and I'm sending kind wishes, and maybe it's going to happen again. But the bounce of the ball can be very kind to you, and you know that cricket is a dynamic game, and you can be behind or in front at any particular time. So we wish you well in the next one, and it's all about consistency.
You wait and watch. Wait for Australia to come here. Our team is, getting better. Where in England, it's learning. And by the time Australia comes here, we're going to knock your daylights out.
Well, I'm looking forward. I might even come over and go to a tent together.
I will have to
Manisha is the peacemaker.
Pull it from Bangla menu and that topic and really get to commodities. I can't let this go on. But I get your passion on this, and I understand on how excited Peter also is when he talk about all of these games there. But Peter, we have to talk about precious metals as well, because we've seen gold prices consolidate and silver continue to make higher highs. Let's talk about precious metals. What's your sense on prices here?
Well, good afternoon, Manisha. I think a couple of things. Precious metals, you're looking at where it is at the moment. You're running 98.78 for US dollar index. It's nearly up to that 99 level. Gold's had a little bit of a comeback. It's 33.35, 33.40. It's giving up a little bit of hot steam, and I'm not too worried about it. I just think it's probably a consolidation. It's going to oscillate between that 33 and 34 until we see something, I think, significant as far as breakout. And it's not unusual for prices to consolidate for a point in time. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. And you can do short-term trading on it, and there's plenty of opportunity.
Peter, you've been saying that consistently, and by the way, that 3,600, 3,800, even 4,000 is a possibility there. Is that a target that continues to stay, and would you say that happens this year or in the next 12 or 18 months?
Oh, I think this year for sure, Manisha, and I feel as though that what we'll see, and that's really in the start of the fourth quarter, it'll be very much game on. We're building at the moment. I'm seeing Bitcoin, a lot of smart money went to that up to 123, 124,000. It's backed at around about that 118, 119. Silver's had a rally as well. And it's like a big game it's a power game at the moment. And you're seeing that, I think the momentum starting to build. US dollars now had a little bit of a run up. So let's see what happens as far as, we've got a couple of things happening. I mean, I want to see what happens with Fed Chair Powell, and I want to see what happens, that's if he's got a job. And the second one, of course, is what happens from a rate policy perspective. All of these factors are going to be very much examined over this quarter, and that'll lead us into Q4.
Oh, absolutely. Would you still believe that the silver has it in it to go up to $40 an ounce? And what are the targets you'll watch out for there?
Absolutely. I think, it's giving up a bit of hot steam at the moment. You're running, 38.06. It's off a little bit, and that's probably just a little bit of profit taking. But it's spanked through 39. Look, I think it's got the potential to run harder, certainly this quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised. It'll take $40 out. I wouldn't be surprised this month the way it's going. So the overall momentum has been strong, and we all understand the needs and wants from industrial demand, of course, with photovoltaic cells, what's happening with electric vehicles, the whole composition of demand, and that's driving further forward each year as far as from the usage. So I think that silver is going to be the star performer for the rest of second half.
Peter, what's your sense also on the dollar index now? Because it does go to 98.5 and then continues to slip down. I mean, I've been reading a lot of reports suggesting that it can come down to 96 and 95. And the most bearish that I have read is 90, even 87 from a couple of reports there. How are you looking at the dollar index, and what range would you work with? Do you see it going back to 100 before it declines like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just nudging 99 at the moment, Manisha, so I feel as though it's probably in a little bit of an uptick there. It is 98.77. I think it'll probably go through 99 very, very quickly. and it may see some profit taking again from that. It might be a little bit exhausted to the upside. It's really, it's very volatile. So let's just see again what happens. We're leading into Fed rate decision time. We've had, numerous big data points that have dropped in the last couple of days. So from CPI and so on. So all of those factors, 10 years up, that bond rate, or the yield. So let's just see how far the dollar can go up. But yes, I think the overall downdraft is going to continue. That'll run for those, into this second half of the year.
Peter, how are you also looking at many of these industrial metals? Because copper prices, after hitting those many all-time highs, have finally started to consolidate, even decline a bit, because US has enough copper now and the rest of the world doesn't want too much. And then we've seen production increase as per the reports from Antofagasta and Rio Tinto for that matter as well. From here on, what is the trajectory that you're looking for copper for the near term and slightly longer term?
Well, I think, that 550 on COMEX, it's still sitting around that sort of number, 96,100 for metric ton out of the LME. I take on board what you're saying as far as, what the positioning is in the States. The overall, I think, uplift is going to be continued over the rest of 25. And, probably 10,250 is a number to keep as far as, some sort of target, Manisha. Should it hit that 10,250, let's have a look at it then and see if there's further momentum moving forward. But, the demand picture hasn't backed off. There's plenty of demand, and I think it's going to be, again, not a bad second half for some of these industrial metals.
I also want to talk about iron ore prices because the recent few days have seen gains here. But here again, it's a very, very, divergent market. The US copper prices, if you look at those, haven't seen so much of a gain. But the Chinese iron ore prices have run up quite strongly, but almost nudging that $100 a ton right now. How would you look at iron ore prices from here?
I think they'll have an uplift, and I think they'll probably oversold in a lot of ways, Manisha. That was more or less the theme coming from everyone's mindset. It was oversold. It's back around that 100 sort of target, 95. It'll probably oscillate again, range bound. I don't see the big breakouts. I mean, the gone are the days, well, they may come back. I'm sure they will one day, but at the moment, you're not seeing that 120, 140, 150. It's really going to be quite range bound. We're looking to see what happens as far as stimulus coming out of China, the overall theme moving forward as far as demand picture. And I think you've just got to wait and work through this and just see how it's all going to move forward in the months ahead.
All right, Manisha, Peter, thank you so much for taking us through with that conversation. Peter, I'll see you at the games next time. Yeah. Hopefully we win.
We're going together, you and me.
Done. I'll do that. That's a plan made on national TV. What we'll do is take a short break. On the other side, get you more on the markets and stock-specific action. Stay with us.